Alright, good morning guys. Today I'm going to do a video and show you how to use Bollinger Bands for trading, and this way will actually give you a predefined entry, an exit, and even a stop loss. So right now I'm looking at Apple, a daily chart, and it has nothing on it. So pretty plain Jane, hard to really tell much from it. So I'm going to move up another chart over here. Instead of drawing them all on here, for the sake of time on a video, we'll show you the settings. Here's what Alright, here's what it should look like, and I'm going to go to settings, and we're going to cover what every one of these are. So there's no questions. There's 4 Bollinger Bands and 1 simple moving average. Alright, so for the yellow, which is the top one, I am using, it's the upper Bollinger Band, standard deviation of 2. The 20 moving average is the default, and and those are the same on all 4 Bollinger Bands. So for the first one, I'm using a yellow color, standard deviation of 2 upper. Yeah, second upper, I'm using the red, and the only thing I changed is the standard deviation factor to 1. The white line in the middle is a simple moving average, so that is the 5th indicator on this chart, and I'm going to explain the colors here after we get done here. So the last 2 Bollinger Bands on the bottom, I changed the type here from upper to lower, and deviation of 2, and it's still a moving average of 20. That's the default. And then the lower one, the second lower one here is green, and I have it a standard deviation of 1. So there's 2 uppers, deviation of 1 and 2, and 2 lowers, deviation 1 and 2. And that gives you the 4 Bollinger Bands there, the yellow, red, green, and blue, and the white is dead set in the middle, and that's just a simple moving average. And I'm going to show you how you use these now. So we got Apple daily chart pulled up. So you kind of think you're going long. You buy low, sell high, and then you short high, cover low. So you're buying from the bottom. So for example, when this blue line is breached, when it touches or breaches it, the trade becomes active. Active does not mean you buy there. So for the buy, the green needs to be touched or broken, and the buy signal is the green line. So when it touches or breaks the green line, that's where you would buy in. Your sell line
Mexico's Economy Minister Guajardo asked if breakthrough reached at NAFTA talks. Says several more items must still be resolved. Hopes this happens in very few days.
It means you start watching it when the blue line, the bottom line, is hit or breached. You actually buy when the second line, the green one, is touched or breached, and then you exit on the white line. And if it doesn't do that and pulls back to the blue line first, that is your stop loss. And for the short, it's just the opposite. Yellow line activates it, the red line is your entry, and the white line is your exit on the short. So let's look back. We got 100 days.
SPOT, Spotify, Sandy Papa, Oscar, Tango. The information says 10-cent music this year could generate revenue less than half of Spotify's projected $6 billion.
Touch it that day. The next day, it breaks that green line. So there's your.
That's Sandy Papa, Oscar, Tango.
Held here, and about 4 days later, you have a sell right here when it breaks the.
Says U.S. investors have agreed to buy private stock in 10-cent music from earlier shareholders at a valuation between 28 to 30 billion dollars.
Activating your short. So 2 days after it was activated, your short entry actually hits here. So you go live on your short, and a day later, you're in the white area and actually below. So you're pretty nice profit. And a couple days later, you breach the blue line here, so your trade is active again for a long. You get here, you kind of touched it, you didn't breach it, so that's a call on how you want to do this. I would stick to it though. If you play where it touches it, then you're always going to play where it touches it. If you play where it breaches it, you're probably going to always want to play where it breaches it. So you could or could not have a buy here. The next day you test that blue line, but it doesn't touch it, so you're still live, and 2 days later you get a big move up and you're out of the trade again. When it opens up here, it actually opens up here on the red line, so that's even a lot better trade. All right, and a couple of days later you got the yellow line breach for a short, and you can see here it rode up, it never touched it. So but here it went live So your short should have gone live here, and I don't know, this is a little bit longer hold, a week, close to 2 weeks, and you're out. It breached the white line. And then here you go, you pop back up here above it, so your trade's active for a few days, and it comes back down here, and you're live. So you short here, 4 days later, you're able to cover. All right, here the trade. Here's where one time this did not work on Apple. Trade's active. Here you're up here at the green line, so you're in the trade. It holds, and all of a sudden it comes back down to the blue line and breaks through. That's your stop loss. So what's that? One loss out of 4 or 5 trades. 5 trades, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. 1 loss in 6 trades. So that was breached, and you can start playing this again. A couple days later, your buys targeted, hit, and within 4 or 5 days, you're up here to the white line, so you're out. So you can see just over and over, there's tons of trades on the daily chart on Apple playing your Bollinger Bands. Just remember, the stop losses are going to be these very upper and very lower bands, which are also the trigger bands that set the trade in motion. The second from the bottom is that's actually your cue to take the trade, only if it's active from. If this blue line was never breached, so I wouldn't want to take a long. Let's see if we have an example. I don't see one on Apple where I can show you that the trade never went. But there, you can see, you'll find them on some charts where the blue wasn't activated, and it may curl here in the middle and head back up. That's not how you play the Bollinger Band. So if you're going to play this, you got to play it true it's a high percentage play, but you got to stick to the rules. So hopefully this makes sense, and this will help you guys in trading. Again, this is trading with Bollinger Bands.